It's Jem here with your weekly reading. So reading for the week ahead, I've just asked what the collective need to know for their highest and best. As always, it may not be your message today, but if it is, take what resonates. And maybe only certain parts might resonate for you as well. So remember to just be open-minded. If it doesn't work for you, feel free to book me for a private reading or send me a message. We can organize that. But let's get on with it. Like I said, see what's happening for the week ahead. May be over the course of a few weeks, may not be exactly in the next 7 days, but like I said, if it's your message, take it. Now, underneath, bottom of the deck energy is the star. So this is about wish fulfillment. This is also about wishing upon a star. So, I feel like a bit of a double message there. So for a lot of you, this is wish fulfillment. Like you've made a wish upon a star, and it's like it's in the works. It's like coming to fruition. Otherwise, for some of you, this is also sort of saying like, you're kind of in that sense where you're just hopeful. You just really like, I just would love this to happen, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. So there is a lot of kind of wishing, praying, fulfillment coming through, dreams coming true, so to speak. So really work close with your meditation and your guides right now to connect with that. But let's have a look. Wow. Okay. This is very, very fitting for myself included this week. I can see it already. Right. So kicking off our reading, we have the Three of Swords. Now, some of you are going through a motion of a lot of it's not necessarily heartbreak, but it's a lot of sadness. It's a lot of hurt and discomfort. And, potentially it could be from a broken relationship, whether it's past or recent. But I feel like this is more so hurt from just like you're just feeling a bit hurt and sad around life. I feel like post eclipse we were really put through like the spin cycle, and it's like we've come up for air and just gone, holy crap, like where am I? What am I doing? It's kind of like a hurt and a sadness of, like losing that past version of yourself, really not connecting with maybe things that once upon a time were normal, that felt good, that you connected with, and now you're sort of going through a big change and you're just like, it's sad. Like it hurts to think that, I don't like the things I used to like, or that I've lost sort of that part of me that, like there's just so much change going on, and it's leaving us feeling really quite hurt and sad. But obviously that's the grieving process. Like we cannot heal without feeling grief. And whenever we go through such radical change, that like not only with the recent eclipses, but the last 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, we have gone through so much on a collective level, on a personal level. So, this is kind of saying like it's okay to feel sad and hurt and frustrated and yearning for that wish. But you're kind of like, it's a bit like that limbo at the moment where you can feel this change, but you're just not sure. And it hurts and it's saddening and it's even depressing. You're just like, why is this so difficult? Why does it feel so like pain in the heart? So just honor those feelings, honor that sadness, honor that feeling of, grief and like, discomfort, because it's a process of healing. And I feel like this is your real inner thing for a lot of us too at the moment. Like I said, I don't really feel like it's connected to, like a relationship or a job loss or the loss of someone in particular. I just feel like it's more so like that ache of like disconnecting with what you once knew and being uncertain of what's next. And it's creating that dynamic of, this is uncomfortable, it's hurting me, I feel like I'm just so disconnected, and I'm like, I don't recognize myself very much, and all that kind of stuff. So know that it's normal, know that it's okay. Because then backed up by the Five of Wands, again, this is 5, symbolic of change, transformation. But right now it feels like it's a fucking mess. And that's also why you're a little bit hurt, because it feels like you've, like I said, been spat out of the spin cycle, and you're just kind of like, okay, cool. Like, I'm ready for all this change. I'm ready for all this, like, new inspired energy, these new beginnings, these fresh ideas. But it's almost like we've been in a hurry, or we're not letting ourselves find our feet first. Like, we've just kind of gone, cool, eclipses are over, like, let's get it. Like, all this new whatever's going on for you, like, could be relationship, job, study, like health and wellness routine. Maybe you've moved physically, like house, job, whatever. But this is kind of saying, like, you're kind of scrambling to get it back together as quickly as possible because this is so uncomfortable. Like, you're sort of almost like we're trying to bypass that feeling of sadness and grief. And we're just like, cool, so if I just get myself back to the gym and back into work and a job and money and pay my bills and do all this routine, like, things will feel good. I'll feel like myself again. But when we build on a rocky foundation and we're just trying to reach for whatever, it doesn't work out. It's not going to be sturdy. It's not going to be solid. It's not going to have that stability that we are kind of, pursuing. And that is then going to create towers. And yeah, like I said, I just feel like for a lot of us, we are going like in 3,000 different directions. Like, we're just reaching for anything that makes us sort of feel like an essence of like the old part of us. It's like we're just trying to hold on to something that's familiar. But at the same time, we've kind of manifested this change. We've asked for this change. The universe has shaken the shit out of everything to encourage this change. And your soul, like, when you're really connected and grounded, you'll feel your soul is really excited. You're like, oh, I feel inspired to change my career or change my this or better my health, or, I'm ready. Like, I feel really good. But then obviously we have to, like, shake off that old, integrate the new, and then start taking actions. But a lot of us, I feel like, are trying to take action without sitting with the feelings of that old shedding out. And it's kind of creating that bit of a riff where we're just like, we're going for that new passion, we're going for that new energy. We're like, yeah, cool, like, I can feel it, I'm going for it. But we're sort of trying to do it in old ways to keep connected to the past, because, like, obviously if we let go completely, that's too much. So we're almost just trying to hold on that little bit. But yeah, it is creating that essence of hurt and sadness to let go. So, just take your time with that. It doesn't have to be today. It could be another 3 months. It could be another 3 weeks. It could be another 3 years. Number 3, I feel like I've said about 4 or 5 times now. So that's always, about stability, hard work, all that kind of stuff. Community. So, reaching out to friends and family and people that can support you. Just connecting with like minds as well. Like, you're not alone in this. It's a very interesting shift of energy going on right now. So the more you can lean into it, and, it is scary, it's uncomfortable, it's unknown, and it's really about stepping into that trust. And, for so long we just have not really known how to do that. So it's learning, and it's just having that compassion for yourself, that you don't have to be split in 1,000 directions and being super busy and trying to prove your worth by connecting to something in particular. It's just about saying, hey, this is a bit scary. I'm feeling a little bit emotional with it. I'm just going to honor that, process through it, and then, start being a bit more, like, practical with your actions and decisions. So ground, look at whether it's right for you before taking action. Take your time. It doesn't have to all be an overnight haul, okay? But we do have the Knight of Wands. So again, this is sort of that inspiration, it's passion. And this is what I'm saying. The soul energy behind this message is that you are very excited and ready to start taking plans and ideas forward. But we do still have to process a bit of this grief. And it's not to say that you can't do both, but it is about recognizing when you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling whatever, and taking the time to sit with those feelings, whether it's using your tools, your journaling, meditation, or just having a nap, or just crying, or whatever. And just, again, looking at where you're actually building. Okay, are you trying to keep the old system that wasn't working for you and just trying to keep that same routine, that same friendship group, that same everything, even though the universe has been like, bro, this isn't working, you know, it isn't. And, you know, it's like, cool, well, if I just keep powering through, you know, eventually it will change. But it's like, no, we've got to start taking the action, the guided action, and trusting it will work out. So, like I said, I feel like it's a bit of a tug between head and heart at the moment. Like I said, the heart and the soul are like, yeah, like let's do this. Let's like try something new, expand our horizons, be our best selves. And then the mind is a bit like, but this hurts, this sucks, this is hard, it's uncomfortable. So, you know, it's just honoring each of that, because honestly, this is a transition which is bringing these wishes to fulfillment. And if you feel like you've got everything you've ever asked for, this is also saying it's a good time to manifest, you know, new and improved things. Because you're ready to take the action. You're ready to, you know, shoot for the stars is what I'm hearing. But there is still that old dynamic, that old ego section of us that is just like, no, it's uncomfortable, it hurts, it's sad, I don't want to do it. If I just keep up this routine, like, you know, it'll be fine, it'll all just work out. But, you know, there is that essence of trusting the universe and allowing it to work out. But then there's also sitting back and not making any decisions and just hoping for the best. So make sure you are logically and heartfelt working through your action steps. If you don't feel inspired on a certain day, don't do anything. If one day you wake up and you think, you know what, yeah, I'm going to look for a new job, or no, I'm going to take a chance on this new relationship, or I'm going to join a gym, or I'm going to whatever. Like, that's what this is saying. Don't do things out on a whim because you're so in a hurry to get to that that wish, that manifestation. Okay, you've got goals, you've got ideas, they're good, they're helpful, they're supportive of your path, but just honor this transition. We are still in a transition phase, and I feel like we probably will be for at least another month. Okay, again, it'll differ for most, but just know that this is our, you know, this is the door opening to the things we've been manifesting. We're losing the old stories, we're losing the old structures. It's depressing, it's sad, it's uncomfortable, but our soul is ready to grow. It is ready to expand. It is ready to act upon these goals, these desires, these dreams. But we need to look at our foundation. It's change. It doesn't have to happen overnight. Okay. So I hope that helps whoever needed it. And as always, if you do want your own reading, reach out to me. Otherwise, you know, just keep honoring the process. If you need a day off, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling down, feel into it. If you're feeling inspired and ready to take action, do so. You know, this is just integrating these shifts after the eclipses and everything else. So it will still take a little time. There is no time limit on how each one heals. Okay, this is just, but like I said, this is inner healing now. This isn't, it might be influenced by some external factors, but it is more to do with your inner self and change. Okay. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep it there. That went a little bit longer than I needed to. But yeah, like I said, if that resonates, let me know in the comments. And if you do want your own personal reading or healing, please click the links and yeah, get in touch. All right, guys, have a great week. Take care.